is this real? Like, is this actually real? I've been sitting here for a few minutes just thinking about this now because I still can't believe it actually happened. Ladies and gentlemen, Bleach is back, officially. That feels so strange to say right now because I really never thought this day would come. I can confidently say I've rewatched the episode more times than humanly possible now, but you really can't blame me for doing that. I've waited years to see this show return, man. It's easily been my favorite manga and anime since I had first picked it up, man. Bleach is a special series to me, and this episode did not disappoint me one bit. Everything about it just felt so right and so perfect. It felt so Kubo-esque, more than the original anime had ever felt to me. Him being in control of this production was already such a great sign, but I can see it already in just the first episode that this is gonna be Thousand Year Blood War in its full vision. While I can safely say I probably speak for everybody when I say this could have happened way sooner, this has been well worth the wait. We are here with a public service announcement. If you like Bleach or just anime and manga related content in general, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I have plenty more videos just like this both on the channel that I'm working on as well, especially Bleach videos. And if you don't just like Bleach, well, I also have One Piece and just manga reviews in general, so there's something for everyone here. With that being said, back to your video. I think one of the funniest things about Bleach coming back was the reaction to its trailers, as despite the very well animated shots shown as well as the reactions from people who had seen the episodes already, saying it was movie quality, as well as it being known that this anime had been in development for years just to make sure they got everything right, there were somehow still people online that genuinely believed the animation would have no movement and just look like a slideshow. There were some shots with less movement, but that was because nothing was really happening in those shots and they were just for dialogue, so you really didn't need the movement there. But when the action came, it moved so damn smoothly, and it was so damn pretty as well, man. That all black Getsuga Tensho from Ichigo, my god, man, that was beautiful. It's enough to make a grown man cry. The Bankai transformation, beautiful. The fight between him and the first Quincy we get to see, once again, beautiful. Hearing Bankai again for the first time in who knows how long, deadass sent chills down my spine and damn near brought a tear to my eye, man. Ichigo to this day is still one of the best protagonists in manga and anime. That never changed and that's never going to change. And I don't care what anyone has to say about it. The little bit of scenes of Ichigo and his friends are done so very well in this episode too. It gives the episode a bit of breathing room before jumping straight back into the action, just to remind you of the connections and relationship that these four have with each other. The rooftop scene at the beginning was just awesome, man, reintroducing us to the main cast once again, and it was so nice seeing them all after so long. Yes, even Chad. I somehow missed Chad after all this time, despite him being the whole afterthought of the series. But who knows, maybe with the extra content we'll get to see him shine a bit more. No, what the fuck am I saying, man? I am excited to see Ishida again though. This arc is where he earns his flowers in my opinion, so I hope he's done justice in this anime as well as given a bit of extra content too. Orihime is Orihime, as usual. I actually like her character a lot despite what the strangely popular hate consensus around her is. It's unjustified in my opinion, but hey, it's whatever, I guess. I don't really care that much. One thing that I was really excited to see though was the declaration of war scene, because that was just done so well, man. The Quincy's were so intimidating. There was tons of concern about whether the anime would be censored or not, but that scene pretty much shot down all of those concerns. It was given a midnight slot for a reason. They fucked my guy up, ripped my dog. Yamamoto is cold as ever, at least until we get to, you know, that scene in the manga that we're not going to talk about because I'm not going to spoil it. But until then, I will be respecting one of the goats of strong old men in anime. Yuha's introduction was great. It's not like his full introduction, but it is his first appearance and the first time we get his voice. And no, Brave Souls does not count. And man, it fits his character perfectly. He asserted his dominance over the Quincy characters, which I don't fully remember if they're in the manga or not. Forgive me, but I haven't reread in quite a bit bit of time, so I don't really remember if this guy or just this scene at all was actually around in the manga. If not, then I like what they're adding on to it already, but who knows, maybe I'm just a forgetful person. One of the biggest positives out of this though is that it was extremely well paced. Nothing went too fast to follow or too slow to be interested in. Everything went fairly smoothly. That's right, Bleach had a really well paced episode, which I could never say for Bleach until now. Those 5-minute recaps really kicked my ass, man. But anyways, the pacing was very, very good. People once again were concerned about how the anime was adapting 4 to 5 chapters an episode, which seemed like too much for some or too little for others. But those people also didn't really get the fact that this arc is very fast-paced, action-packed, and a lot lighter on the dialogue and exposition, so it perfectly fits for the 52 episode count, as well as the bonus content Kubo promised. Though I predict most of that bonus content is going to come in the 3rd or 4th core of the anime rather than the first 2, as that's where the whole, Kubo Shonen Jump drama came in, in the second half of the arc. When it comes to the bonus content, I'm mostly expecting that to come from Squad Zero, Shinji, as well as some other Shinigami that didn't really do much in the arc. I think we might get some extra backstory context on a few characters as well, but that's really all I expect when it comes to like the bonus fights and content. But really, the one thing that I think hit the hardest for me when watching that episode wasn't the animation itself, but everything that happened at the end. The episode was 20 minutes long with a very long credit sequence at the end of a long montage of all the characters and the events of the series beforehand. And it just hit me so hard, man. This reminded me of every reason as to why I love Bleach as much as I do. The characters, the artwork, the action sequences, as well as Kubo's brilliant style of writing the characters and his story. I've seen plenty of Bleach's criticisms around the years, and while I acknowledge that the series isn't perfect at all, I just can't relate to most of them. I reimagined so many fond memories I had with Bleach within that 4-minute sequence. I've been with the series for years. It's been my favorite for years. I've been waiting for this show to come back and get its proper adaptation, as well as rereading and watching the material, as well as reading other spin-offs like the novels for so long now, to the point where Bleach has just become a big part of me. It's not just my favorite anime or manga, it's one of my favorite works of fiction ever. That whole 4-minute sequence reminded me of all of those memories, and what came after it was also brilliant to me. This is a smaller detail, but it's also one I really enjoyed because I know very well Kubo intended for that to be at the end of the episode. And it was this little scene of Yuha's voice speaking 2 lines with a few manga panels, then revealing the title of the next episode instead of showing a sneak peek or teaser. The reason why I like this so much is because of course, the Bleach manga, as Kubo loves to incorporate symbolic stuff like this at the end of chapters or in between them in the forms of poetry or something else similar to that. It's just part of his style that he's known for, and I love it so much. I hope that's how every episode ends off because I think it's a cool little detail to add into there. It's always the smaller details that make something more and more special. I surprisingly didn't see a lot of Bleach fans talk about it, which is somewhat understandable, but I also know how much a lot of them like to pay attention to the smaller details, so it's a bit of a shock that I haven't seen that scene a lot anywhere yet. Then again, the whole episode was fantastic, so there's a lot to talk about. If you haven't watched the episode yet, I strongly advise that you do. It is great. If you're in the US, you can stream it on Hulu, but in most other countries, you should be able to stream it on Disney+. Crunchyroll removed all of Bleach, so you can't watch it there now, since it's lost the license for the series. I know not every country has Bleach on Disney+, and if that's the case, well, I'm sorry for your loss. I don't really know what to say, but hopefully you get a way to stream it while supporting the team at the same time. I just advise you to avoid leaks as much as you can, not because it's illegal or messed up, but because the subs for them are actual shit, so I'm just recommending it for your own sake. With all that being said, I'm gonna go rewatch the episode now. Bleach is peak is back, fall season is in full gear. I don't know what else to say. I'll see you all next time.